Jordan Ellis here for Low Kick MMA. Very happy to be speaking with Ricardo Lamas, who fights Ryan Hall on August 20th and 9th. How are you, Ricardo?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. So, obviously, big fight coming up for yourself. How's training going?
Training is going great. I just got down to Miami on Sunday and just been putting in massive amounts of work. I started my camp in Illinois at my gym, UFC Gym Naperville, and was really hitting it hard there and just brought it up another notch down here in Miami.
And with everything going on in the world, how have you been impacted in terms of training? Have you found you've had to, make big changes with all the COVID stuff going on?
Had to be careful and make sure that whoever I'm training with aren't exhibiting any symptoms or haven't been around people who have had symptoms. So apart from that, it's been kind of a normal camp. I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones with my coaches instead of kind of training in big groups and just bringing in, certain partners here and there.
And the last time we saw you in the octagon, it's been more than a year now. So what's been going on with yourself? What have you been up to?
Just been concentrating on my business in the gym. When all this COVID stuff hit, kind of threw everybody through a loop, and we've had to adjust and keep going. But I think everything hopefully is getting under control now. We'll see what the fall months bring, but we're just trying to stay positive and take things day by day.
So what is the overall feeling, when you've been out for so long off a loss as well? Is it frustration? Is it just eagerness to get back in there, get back to it?
Yeah, those losses, they stick with you and they linger with you until you get back on the winning track. So having not fought in over a year, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth since the last fight, and you want to get it back. You want to get back in the win column. So that's what I'm looking to do August 29th.
And as you just mentioned, obviously it was a loss last time, and just want to take a moment to reflect on that. Calvin's Qatar back in June 2019. Now you've had a lot of time to look back on it. What do you take from that fight?
He just, Cater had a really good fight. He had a really good game plan. The guy's tough as nails. I have no excuses. This is a very unforgiving game in MMA, and you win some, you lose some. But I'm glad that I'm healthy and I live to fight another day.
So in terms of your game, there's nothing that you've took from that fight that you can potentially change going into the next one. It's just, you come up against a great competitor and it didn't go your way in the night.
Yeah, just a little tighter defense, keeping my hands up a little more, but he had a great game plan. He caught me with a good punch, and, that was it. It happens in this game more often than not.
And for you, you've been one of the best in the world for so long, and lately it hasn't been going your way. So what do you need to do to turn that around, starting with Ryan Hall on August 29th?
Just have to make sure I stay healthy for this fight. I know Ryan Hall's game. I'm prepared for it. Daniel Valverde is my jiu-jitsu coach. He's one of the best in the world. So I'm rolling with him on a daily basis. I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in the time. I will have zero excuses going into this fight. My weight is the best it's ever been. I've really taken this seriously, so I'm ready for war.
And you just mentioned on your opponent there, it's Ryan Hall. It's straight into another big fight for you against a ranked guy. What do you make of Ryan?
It's Ryan Hall. He kind of forces people to play into his game and fight the way he wants them to fight, and I'm aware of that. So I know I'm going to have to be patient. I know he's not going to want to get into too many exchanges on the feet with me. He's going to be looking to get the fight to the ground as soon as possible, looking for his Eminari roll. So I have to be aware of that. I have to be careful. I have to be patient. I have to be very pinpoint with the accuracy of my punches and everything that I'm throwing at him, because, one miss or one foul up and it'll kind of put me in that distance where he could capitalize. So I have to be very smart and be a tactician in this fight.
Talking about tactics, are you someone who studies a lot of tape on your opponents, looks for strengths and weaknesses, things like that, or do you leave that to your coaches?
I leave that to my coaches, and they prepare me. So, all the mitt work we do, they try and mimic my opponent. We'll bring in training partners to mimic my opponent. And, other than that, I know Ryan Hall. I've seen him fight. I know his game. So, but I don't like to overanalyze things because, it's been a long time since he's fought too. So he could have changed up his whole style in this time. I know he's putting a lot of work in and improving in his stand-up and all that. So I really got to be ready for anything in this fight.
Yeah, when you touched on his stand-up, it clearly improved in his last fight, where he spent 15 minutes on the feet. But you still see that as his weakness. Obviously, he's so talented on the floor. Do you think you've got the advantage on the feet? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I think I have the advantage on the feet. I think if he wants to play that ground game, it's not going to end well for him, because when I get on top of somebody, I'm not sitting there letting them set up submissions. I'm punching and elbowing them in the face. So playing guard isn't a smart idea with me.
And you guys have got a common opponent in Darren Elkins. And do you take on anything from the fact that you were able to finish him and Paul had to go the full distance with him?
No, anything could happen in a fight. I stopped Darren late into the fight in the third round. And I knew I had to be patient with him because he's a very hard guy to put away. He keeps fighting till the very end. So he was another guy that I kind of had to be patient with and not outpunch myself. But yeah, if you give me the chance, I'm always looking for the finish. So I'm dangerous at any moment in the fight.
I'm sure you'd envisage your victory and you're getting your hand raised. When you think about it, how do you see yourself getting it done on the night?
I'm looking for a knockout. I want to put him away as soon as possible. So I'm coming hard. I'm going to put the pressure on him, and I'm going to try to break him. Okay,
then do you have any type of prediction for us?
Do I have any what?
Any type of prediction?
Protection?
Prediction on what round you might take on?
Fight.
Yeah.
For the fight. So I'm going round 1 KO. That's what I want.
And then beyond this fight, obviously you've been a top contender for so long. You're 38 now, and where do you see yourself going from here? Are you looking at another title run in the UFC?
I would love one, but I've learned to just take things fight by fight and not look ahead. I don't want to look past Ryan Hall. He has my full attention right now. So we'll see what happens after this fight.
And beyond fighting, at the start of the interview, you said that you had businesses outside of fighting. So are you already set up, for once this ends? Do you know where you're going with life once fighting's over?
Yeah, I hope so. As long as coronavirus doesn't take it away. It's been a rough few months since last March. We had to shut down our gym and close the doors for about 70 days. And luckily we survived through that, managing to pay all of our bills. So we're just hoping that, these fall months don't bring something crazy again. And we're going to do our best to just keep it up and running. But yeah, that's my plan. When I'm done with fighting, I want to be a coach. I want to help people achieve their fitness goals and just live healthier lives.
Very good. A quick turnaround after this. Obviously, you've been sitting on the sidelines for so long. Us fans, I do anyway, I want to see you fight as much as possible. What do you want?
Yeah, I want to see how I come out of this fight. If I come out pretty much unscathed, then I'd love a quick turnaround. We'll see what happens.
Okay, and just finally, for as long as I've been watching you, you've been a fighter who's fought at 145. Is there ever any thought in your mind about maybe moving up or down in weight?
Moving down, I don't think it's a possibility. I'm pretty leaned out at 145, but going back up, I used to fight at 155 in the WEC, and I started off my career at 155, so a lot of my fights were there, and I felt good there. It wasn't a bad weight cut at all. That's why I kind of decided to be a little more disciplined and drop to 145. But 155 is always in the back of my head, and it's always in the cards, and definitely a possibility.
Okay. Well, that's everything from me, unless you've got something to add.
I'm good, man.
No, well, thanks for your time. Good luck with the rest of the camp and fight night. Can't wait to watch.
Thanks a lot.